Feeling a dip in your hip, a glide in your stride. Welcome to the mothership, the home of the travelers of the universe, with shows throughout the week. Everything you want, everything you could need. From the paranormal to the supernatural, from the spiritual to the unknown, from emotions to comedy. You can find us at Facebook, Twitch, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, and so much more. This is Rift Nation Network, the RNN. And now, your featured show. Shall we begin?
Institute for Professional Advice. If you need assistance, please contact a qualified expert. Wow, just reading that was hilarious.
I didn't hear it.
You didn't hear anything I said?
No.
Okay, there might be something wrong because I read the whole thing.
I know. And then all of a sudden I'm like, I'm in color. I'm like, oh, we're on. No, I was like, I don't know what's going on with your sound, but
no, everything's fine. So
no,
it could be because
it.
I had you in the background. Maybe you didn't hear it and I was speaking
I
it.
always hear it.
Well, yeah, so welcome guys to a night of Hello Air Force One, and welcome to a night of Becon in the Dark. Normally I do most of the talking and interrupt Marci nonstop, but as most of you know, I'm honest, as most of you know, I did have oral surgery on Tuesday and I am still healing from it. So towards the end of the night, my jaw does get sore. So yeah, so it does get a little sore, but there is somebody I did want to mention, and I have to get over to them if I can find them. They're on my Facebook page. They just something real quick I wanted to talk about. There's this place where I purchased my yarn from. And the reason I'm actually mentioning them today is because not only are you getting yarn for $1, you're also helping feed the homeless. And
Oh,
I wanted to share their link over and give them a shout out. They're right over here in New Bedford. I get my favorite yarn. I'm in there all the time. The girls, and even the customers, everybody is so awesome in this place. So if you're over in New Bedford and you would really, really like to pick up $1 for a scan for yarn, let me tell you something. That's cheap, and this is good yarn. So go over and definitely check them out. And I'm sharing their Facebook link with them because, like I said, these girls are so sweet. And I'm looking for a color. I got them and customers helping me find a color through all this stuff. So, and they did dealt with all that, and you know me, I get a little hairy when it comes to certain colors. Hairy. So so I just wanted to give them a shout out. Check out their page. It's the I think it's Freetown. It goes to feed the homeless in Freetown. So go over, check them out. They got other things besides yarn, but give those girls a shout out. They're really good people over there. So even the guys that deliver the yarn, poor things, they get bombarded all the time. Wait, I'm not even done opening this yet. So, and everybody's in there grabbing yarn. It's hilarious. But so tonight is Frequencies, which is right up Marci's alley. And you will see me nod and text. But as you can see, I'm still a little swollen here, but not too bad. I'm improving. So it's just going to take a little bit of time. So Marci is going to do most of the evening today. I just wanted to give you guys an update on a couple of things before my jaw got too sore to talk. Marci, take it away.
yeah. One of the people when I did, because I did home health, I worked with hospice, I worked with mentally challenged people, and one of the clients that I had, she used to make hats for the homeless. She would knit them. She would have bags of them. I was trying to get one of the pretty ones, but we're technically not supposed to have one. But she gave me a black one, which I ended up giving to another client. And it's all good. But yeah, it's hertz and frequencies. I'm really happy. I finally figured out my Logitech, which now the sound is better. So now Susan's coming in loud and clear. The lighting's better because of the computer lighting. And so I had to play with different things. Plus, I got rid of an old lamp. And then I got my dragon lamp behind me, but you can't see it. Um, so I moved things around. I got another lamp. So hopefully the lighting's doing much better. They're already kicking in gear. Um, as I,
Yes, they see my swollen face still.
as you guys know, I'm always sending Susan, which helps our topic, and this is what started Susan on this one. So I on her website, this is the hertzes that are going on. I'll do it up close. And so
Wait, I got something I can share for that. And
yeah,
I'll put us up over here.
Susan was trying to do the
There you go.
sound, but no sound would come out.
Yeah, I don't know why.
It's okay. So if we start at the bottom as to shame, that's 20 hertzes. Guilt is 30. Anxiety is 50 hertzes. Grief is 75. Fear is 100. Desire is 125. Anger is 150. Pride is 175. Courage is 200. Neutrality is 250. Willingness is 310. Acceptance is 350. Reason is 400. Love is 500. Joy is 540. Peace is 600. And enlightenment is 700 to 1000. So this might help explain what I have been talking about.
Yeah, I got a couple of photos up here. Sorry, don't mind my jaw.
No, go ahead. That's what we do.
That actually has some of the other ones. That's just this one is the meditation frequencies.
Right.
Just so you guys know what frequency to use for meditation. And this one is the solfège. I can't really talking isn't my strong suit right now. So yeah, I did manage to find some of like 3 of the frequencies to play for you guys so you guys can get an idea. I don't know if it's going to work because I didn't really make a correct presentation. So
she tried. We like 15-20 minutes beforehand we go on, but if you look up Solfège, SOLFERGO frequencies, they will have all kinds of music to listen to, and those are the hertzes, and that's the beats per minute. I'm binaural, so I do sometimes 2 or 3 beats that are going on. And so what happens if you look at those, a lot of them are for healing, a lot of them are for love. And what I've done is I've listened to 2 or 3 at the same time, and you could feel your brain like in different parts of the brains going on. So that's a good way to listen to it. If you listen to it with headphones, it's more powerful. I'm trying to see if there's other sounds that are going on. They're kicking into gear, but that's what does the healing and the frequencies. And then I've got all the stuff I send to Susan. I lost it, but anyway, I'm going to hit some tones so you guys can understand. That will help with diseases, aches, pains, heartaches, getting ourselves in line, getting ourselves balanced that are going on.
And I'll just hold my jaw while you do this. Hopefully this will help.
Yeah, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I heard like an aftermath of one. I don't know if you guys heard that one or not. Like I said, now that I got my, I was told where I was working on a random to get a Logitech web camera.
Right.
So that's what I use now. Now we're back to the sounds are better.
Right.
What is going on?
I want to see if you guys can hear this one. This is 528, which is the DNA repair. I just want to see if you guys can hear it this way. So please let me know if you can hear it.
I'm not hearing anything, Susan.
Damn it. Okay, hold on. Let me try it this way. Nothing?
No.
Dang.
I know.
Dang. That's not working. Oh my God. You know what? I'm going to send it over to my phone, play it on my phone, and hold my phone up to the microphone.
Well, that's what I'm trying to do right now is on my phone.
Well, mine are, what do you call them? Oh, royalty free and no copyright.
Okay.
So let me see if I can send this to myself. And like I said, Marci's going to be doing most of the talking, guys. I can only do so much. My jaw still bothers me a bit, but I's here because I's just don't know how to stop.
No, it's okay. It's, yeah. You know, if you guys have any questions on anything, they seem to be in gear today. It's like I've got the Council of 9 with me. And the Council of 9, I'm not sure if you guys, I told you the story or not, but when Gene Roddenberry did Star Trek, they had a channeler who was from the Council of 9. And what happens is that's what started the whole thing with Star Trek, is a lot of it is true. especially the next generation, where they
Yeah.
had ambassadors, all those other different things that were going on. And a lot of that was trying to explain the Federation of Light, because there is a real Federation of Light. They've just changed it. ET is real. They just changed the location of it. There's all these stories that you think that aren't real, but they are real. They just have to change the names, places, situations that are going on.
Mm.
Okay, we've got Elohim coming in. This one's a really strong Stevie Wonder. They said that they're feeling the shift in energy of us all.
Mm-hmm.
They're very proud of us. This is what they've been wanting to open up. This is what started us years ago when I was on Aranum. Somebody's burping because I'm starting to burp. And the energies and the frequencies will help open up to help more guides come in. All right. What? What do you think?
It's starting to help. Keep going.
I was about ready to. They came in through Amy one time with this high pitched sound and vibration. There was one time where they cloaked somebody that they didn't want to see around. Another time, Thoth has come through, and I was on a radio show, and they switched it from a 30-minute radio show to a 30-second radio show. And I asked, I go, what do you do? They said, oh, you have free will. I said, no, I don't. What did you do to make this only a high pitched sound for 30 seconds? And they just didn't want certain people to hear it. So you will hear sounds coming in through the speakers. You will hear it through the TV, because they are so much more advanced than we are. We're just like child's play. All right, I'm hitting it, Susan.
Yeah, guys, sorry I'm not up to par today, but I did manage to get some frequencies, only about 3 of them. I got the 528, the 741, and the 963 frequency. So real quick, I'll just explain, and Marcy can go into detail, and then I'll see if I can play it through my phone for you guys. But the 528 hertz frequency is also known as the love frequency of the miracle tone. It actually has remarkable effects on physical, mental, and emotional well-being. Some of the benefits are promoting physical healing. Research studies suggest that when you get exposed to 528 hertz frequency, you can promote healing at a cellular level. Oh, that sounds good to me right now. Also reduces stress and anxiety. Calming tones helps alleviate stress and anxiety, enhances mental clarity and focus, improve concentration, balance, energy, chakra centering, resonates with the heart chakra, promotes feelings of love, compassion, and harmony. And again, sound healing is a powerful tool. So let's see. I'm getting there, guys. Don't worry. So I'm going to try to play this through my phone and hold the phone up to the microphone, because I should have made a video and I was just too blah. So
Well,
let's see.
Also, if you look up, and I'm looking this up now, and we can't play it because of legal rights.
Yeah.
But if you look up, I gotta get that lady to quiet down. You click on things, and then they start kicking in gear.
Yep. Yeah, I could hear your phone.
What?
I could hear
Oh,
you.
no, the lady talking?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I wish I could turn her on, but we can't. But if you look up binaural beats,
Yeah.
they have all kinds of different things. That's what I was looking up before that lady popped in. Um,
Okay, so I do have, as Marcy looks that up, I've got one on the phone. It's the 528 DNA repair. I'm going to try to play it through my phone and hold it up to my microphone here to see if you guys can hear this. Let me know if you guys can hear this, because this is the miracle. They call it miracle DNA repair is what they call it.
there you go.
Okay, this one guy, as Marcy talks on you are allowed to like download and play his stuff. You just have to share. I mean, I looked up a lot of this, how we could get more information out there. And all you have to do is just pretty much share him out. And that was his only thing. So I'm going to share his link right now, and you make donations on the page, and I'm allowed to use the frequencies, which I thought were really cool, because if we ever needed it for anything, it would be a good idea. So let me paste him in here, and this is the gentleman you go over. He does a lot by donations is what he does. So you're allowed to use it. You just have to mention him during your podcast, which is pretty cool. So
This will help explain. Binaural beats are auditory illusions that are created when two tones of slightly different frequencies are played in each ear simultaneously. For binaural beats to work, the tone must have frequencies less than 1000 hertz and a difference of no more than 30 hertz. The brain then tries to synthesize these tones, which can create a sensation that some describe as calming and meditative.
it's not just that, but you figure Marcy's tones and then the frequency tones, the combination of the two, it can't be that bad. I just had major oral surgery on Tuesday, and I'm talking. So can't be all that bad. So it does feel better today than what it has. I still can't open my mouth all the way. I still can't really chew food, but that's okay. I'm getting to my goal, and I am getting there. So like I said, healing frequencies. What do I deal with every Friday? I might miss a Tuesday because I've got stuff going on with the jaw, but with the healing work that Marcy and I do, not only are we helping you guys, it's helping me as well. So
Well,
to me, it's a win-win.
Well, yeah, and that's why it's like, as I've done working on it, when we did the waking, people on the radio shows, when we did with Howie and everybody else, people will feel it, and then you and I just are able to. But the reason, okay, I'm still looking this stuff up as we go along, and I lost it again.
Sorry.
No. It's just my finger does the talking, and then all of a sudden it just, Um, Okay, here's like more. When two tones of slightly different frequencies are played, separate ears simultaneously, usually through headphones, the human brain perceives the creation of the new third tone, whose frequency is equivalent to the difference between the two tones being played. This auditory illusion is called binaural beats. For example, if a person hears a tone of 405 hertz in one ear and a tone of 415 hertz in the other, they would be hearing the binaural beat with a frequency of 10 hertz. Binaural beats are said to provide many of the same benefits as meditation, lower stress, increase focus, aid with sleep, relaxation, boost mode, assist with pain management. There you go, Susan. Um, and foster creativity. However, some of these claims are preliminary and not yet supported by scientific evidence. This is why we're the science projects.
Right.
As you and I are talking and everybody else is listening, and everything else is like, oh, I'm feeling relaxed. And that's
Exactly.
when I started working on Aranum, because somebody did the tones when I was 25.
Right.
And I didn't go on Aranum until I was like 35. And no, wait, about 45, because this is moving up here. And people say, my headache's going. I'm feeling more relaxed. And so
Right.
that's why we're getting more and more people, and as it's a science or it's an energy that we're showing proof that it actually does work.
Yeah, it does. It really does. It's like when you're working, also when you're working on like a paranormal team. One of the my first paranormal team I worked on actually had a legit scientist. So
Right.
she would go into the scientific evidence of the earth, and if the earth had certain traits in it, it would cause like reactions. That's how far down that we actually went, which is pretty good. Now, I was listening to something before I did go to the dentist on Tuesday. I tried a combination of two different hertz. I did the 528 and the 741 together. It was together combination to try to get myself the.
Right.
Well, I feel. Oh, this is cockeyed. So I did those together, and it did help a little bit. Of course, I freaked in the office, and my man got to see that. But no worry, I got it done.
All right, this helps explain to you more, because it's even actually giving more information on binaural beats and self-yoga
Yeah, because
frequencies.
your brain works off of binary.
Well, yeah. In order to produce a binaural beat, the two tones sounded in the ears must both have frequencies below 1,500 hertz, with a difference of no greater than 40 hertz between them. The effect of the binaural beat will depend on the frequency and the corresponding brainwaves. Okay, so the beta brainwaves, because we have 5 different alpha,
Right.
beta, delta, gamma. The beta waves are 13 to 16 hertz, occur when we are awake and alert.
Huh.
The alpha waves, 8 to 12 hertz, happens when we relax and eyes closed, as in meditations.
Right.
Now, this is why I have the name theta also, for the tones, healing,
Yeah.
energy, tarot, ascension. I read somewhere, which I want to bring this up also. Ascension means we go into other dimensions. And
Yes.
I didn't know that those two were together, that were going on.
Over
What's
next to your picture, there was a flash of a white light. It just went.
Well, who knows who's in
Yeah.
here. So theta 4 to 7 hertz are common in the lighter stages of sleep and the transition from waking to sleeping. Delta waves is 0.5-4 hertz signify a state of deep sleep. A
Hmm.
binaural beat with a frequency between 4 and 7 hertz, for example, is more likely aligned with theta brain waves. That's why it's like almost like that name fits me. We're in a dream state. We're in a meditation state. We're
Right.
in a relaxing state, where it's almost like going off into different dimensions that are going on. So some evidence suggests that the tone being perceived can alter brain waves through a process called entrainment. Huh, I never heard this before. In which brain waves align themselves to an outside beat or frequency. Since different brainwave patterns are associated with certain states of mind, from relaxed to anxious to productive, binaural beats have been theorized to impact mood, focus, and
Yeah.
sleep with alternating brainwaves. As a result, the phenomenon has gained popularity in recent years as potential therapy for anxiety, insomnia. People would use my YouTube to help go to sleep,
Yeah.
you know. And how effective the binaural beats through effect evidence for the efficiency of binaural beats remains preliminary mixed and based mainly on small studies. Most experts agree that the risk of side effects is low. Many apps, podcasts, and other online services provide free access to binaural beats, often in conjunction with guided meditations, music, or other auditory stimuli intended to promote relaxation.
You have to figure. I mean, that's just because no matter what we're going through as humans, as individuals, if it's getting something surgically done, or something we're afraid of, or something we're battling against, like cancer, keeping your mind relaxed and calm is actually more healing than it
Well,
is if you are upset or nervous.
that's
Yeah.
back to living in fear and those lower frequencies I showed as
Yeah.
to our body contracts. And when it
Yeah.
contracts, we lower our frequencies.
Yeah.
And so if what I do is I'll turn the lights off, and then that's the rebirthing energy. And
Right.
that also opens up the third eye. So
Right.
when we switch from day to night, we're switching into the pineal gland as to the third eye, where all of a sudden, like, I got a vision. I took a bath yesterday, and as I'm clearing out more and more of my energies, this peacock came to me,
Uh-huh.
you know.
JI used to wear peacock feathers in his hair because he's part native. He's from the
Right,
Mem tribe in
right,
Puerto Rico. He always wore the peacock feathers.
right.
Yeah.
And so I will get different animals
Right.
that are going on. Last week it was the jaguar. And so as we have our animal totems that are going on, I was also reading, and I think I wrote this to you also, Susan, where we will have these, looks like angel wings, but that's actually going in the fifth and sixth dimension.
Yep.
So I would see that.
Yep.
And so as my energy is opening up more and more, it it's switching to gold, is switching to, but that's again that theta state of mind.
Right.
If we get into it, that goes on. I don't know if
Exactly.
anybody has any combination.
Yeah. Linda says, I use delta waves to help me at night to experience deeper sleep for
Right.
longer while I'm sleeping. And that's a really awesome thing. It really is. See,
Well,
right now I'm really into the 528 hertz thing, but that's because I'm hurting. Get it?
yeah.
Hertz, hurt.
Well, and I think I told you it's like that. I forget on TED Talks, and I saw him, um, and he actually cured cancer by doing many experiments on the hertzes, and it was like 400 to 500,000 hertzes
Yeah.
where he videotaped, and actually the cancer cells were destroyed. They cannot handle the high vibrations. So 500 is
Ah,
low compared to as we get higher and higher on the energies that are going on. I mean, I'm watching your energy, Susan, and
yeah.
you're still going in that zone, that energy of the wave, kind of like what I do with the Stevie Wonder. You're
Yeah.
getting in a state of mind where your body might be aligning, it might be healing, it might be releasing,
Yep.
all those energies. Whereas we get more and more of that crystalline energy, we get more oxygen in our body, and then our body, all my tones do is it's giving you permission to give yourself healing.
Yeah. Because from the research that I've done, we actually have the ability to be able
We
to
do.
heal ourselves.
We're
But,
not supposed to get sick.
we have to believe it. Somewhere along the way, oh God, what the heck did you call them? Back in the day, the women that used to heal, I forget the name. I'm having a brain fart. But
No.
back in the day, these women that used to go around and they used to heal with the New Age remedies and the New Age methods, it worked. It didn't matter whether it was scientifically proven or not. It worked. So all of a sudden, now they don't work. That's the
Right.
part that's my opinion, is they do still work. It's just that a lot of us have forgotten that with the electromagnetic waves and all
Right.
this other stuff.
And Chiron says the different plants are different things. And it was funny because I was with my ex, who sometimes drove me crazy, sometimes didn't. And they had this doctor come through in the trance medium, and they're like, you need to take valerian root. And that's what Valium's made out of. And then that's where I got more aware. It's like if you could get it in a health food store, if you look at the purist, not, if you go into the purist and you put in a few drops in your tea or whatever it is that's going on. And that's why I said I used to go take the valerian, go turn the lights off and go take a hot bath, and I would feel whatever the energies needed to be released.
Right. They actually have in this area, is it Franklin? 7 arrow herb farm in Attleboro. That's, you can get literally fresh roots, fresh oil, anything there. They have all kinds of stuff there, and they're literally grown right there. So in this area, there is a place to go. I mean, it's a bit of a drive, but still.
Well, yeah, and my friend Raven in England, and I started doing radio shows with her years ago. She took a medicine class as to herbs. She would grow her own herbs. It's all the energy of it, and especially if you are loving the energy of the plants, would be more positive that were going on because they could feel the love. You see the trees communicating with each other. They would set up one tree, didn't have enough water. The other trees would connect and would give them, or they have trees growing inside of trees. The energies that are vibrations that are going on, or they said if you go in the forest, in the center, you could feel the energy of it.
Yeah.
That goes on. I mean, there's all these different ways you just go into almost this trance-like state because you're in that altered state of energy.
That's why I like the 7 Hour Herb Farm, because it's literally run by Native Americans, and there, if you take from the land, you give back to the land, and they're very they honor their plants, so you know that the energy coming from them is better. I mean, to me, it's not just go to the health food store, pick something up. I'd rather make sure that it's sourced and the energy is really good too.
Well, yeah, it's all process. I got to hit another phone. I think people are getting ready to release. I think you're about ready to get it released. I'm hearing somebody's like painful cry coming out. I'm not sure if it's you, but it's like I'm hearing, release.
The heck just happened? Oh, okay. It said my microphone went dead for a minute. Yeah, it's just really weird. Connect to microphone. What? No. Yeah, my microphone kept going in and out there for a minute.
It can't handle the frequency. This happens all the time. It's like when I work on people,
let me see if I can find it. You talk.
Well, when I work on different people, it was like we would hear sounds like we're in a tunnel. We would hear waves. We would hear different sounds that are going on. And I blow circuits all the time. What are you doing? A tuning fork?
Why not? We might as well experiment live on air. So tuning forks, literally the vibrational energy, as you hit them, you want to hold them to the area that you need, because it'll help. Let's see if this helps. Oh, I can hear the buzzing though, and I like that.
Let me try the tone along with it.
Yeah, go ahead. Let's try it.
You ready?
Yep. I don't know if you guys can hear this, but I can.
I can't hear it, but I could feel it.
That's the energy. Yeah. That's the lower energy. They say it's really good for joints. Like, say, if you have a knee pain and you sit there and you hold it on the pain,
Right.
I can feel the vibration of it, is what I can feel. So I figured I tried everything else. I'm doing good all day. It's at night that it starts to hit me from the jaw moving and talking and stuff. But I'm getting better and better every day. I'm sorry I'm not as happy go lucky as I normally am, but
Susan,
I'm getting there.
I just think every time we have diseases,
Mm,
it's old energy.
right,
It's old past lives. It's old trauma. It's
right.
old inner child. It's not just all of a sudden I have a disease. You have to look at the core
Yeah.
of what started it. We come into these lifetimes with aches and pains
Mm,
of different things that happened to us before.
mm-hmm.
And the whole thing is to get ourselves, our past and present. It was interesting because I was like reading about the affinity,
Yep.
and that had to do with our past, our present, and our future. It's all aligned
Yes.
as to getting everything going. You
Yep.
know,
It
I've got
is.
my doctor's appointment on Monday. It'll be interesting. I ran out of thyroid pills, even though I don't have hypothyroid anymore. So I'm not sure if she's going to still put me on it or not.
Yeah.
But it'll be interesting to see as these energies getting visions of peacocks, you know, jaguars, owls, animal totems.
Ooh, I'll have to get that book back out. Yeah, we'll have to talk about animal totems. I have a couple of Native American books that talk a lot about, um, they talk a lot about the animal totems and what they mean. One of them's very specific to Native Americans and the other one's
No,
in
I got
general. Thank you, Linda. Thank you. But you're talking about the past and how things start. When I was in elementary school and my mother used to take me to the dentist always put metal fillings in my mouth. It got to the point that the metal fillings started to give a bad taste in my mouth and they started to rot some of the other teeth in the back. So that's kind of what happened and why I had to get rid of all of those. Anything that had that metal filling had to go. So that's why there were so many that were pulled out at this time.
okay.
So,
They have the medicine cards by Jamie Sands.
oh yeah.
I love it. This is my Bible. Every time I get a vision
Oh,
of an animal, I look it up.
I don't even know where
And
mine is.
oh, you got them too?
Yeah, it's way over there somewhere. I'd have to find it. I have totem animals. Mine is all about totem animals.
Well, this is like you
Yeah.
you deal them like tarot cards. You get a deck of cards with them,
Right.
and you could do your own. I mean, I can't do my own readings, and friends of mine. It was funny that we're also readers. They're like, "Oh, this is going to happen to me while I was doing the reading." I'm like, "Who's doing the reading?" You
Right.
can't be objective on yourself, and it's hard as far as what's going on. This is like they explain reverse the
Right.
the different ones that are going on, the animals, what they're teaching us. This I
Like
love.
I know a squirrel. If you see a squirrel gathering nuts, it's time to save. That's a given. No, as far as the metal fillings, as I'm doing this, I'm overcoming a fear. I had a trauma happen in a dentist office, so that's why the metal fillings were kindly never replaced. And what happened? So now I am just going through it and getting it all done and facing my fears is what I'm doing.
Well, it
So, and I
is.
started to do all this after I started the show with Marci. So I would have to say Marci has been a big help. My man has been a big help as
No.
well. So I think all the people around you, because they truly care about you, helps you reach the goals that you want to reach. And every week, no matter how I'm feeling, I'm still doing a show with Marci because by the end of the show, I feel better. So there's something about the energy of Marci and I when we work together. It's by the end of the show, I always feel better.
Well,
So I know even if I'm coming on and I'm kind of low and I'm sore, I know by the end of it, I'll be okay.
well, and they also say it's like people can feel authenticity.
Right.
I've got more screwed up by like these real estate readers. One lady, she was all professionally, her hair was done. She ended up, that's what got me to write my book, because she was so bad at the reading or so manipulative
Right.
that these people, and so you know the authenticity, you know our energies, you know, and it's like the Long Island medium is coming to Reno, and I can't handle her. She's loud. I don't know. You can't walk up to people and say, "Oh, this brother died." Da da da. You know the whole thing on that.
Yeah, the only time I've ever actually done anything like that was at Walmart when I didn't want a lady to kill herself. That's different.
Yeah,
I wanted her meds.
right.
When
And you
something
know,
like that happens, then definitely I'm going to step in.
or you're
Uh,
guided to do it, but to
right.
walk up to people and say this, different people have different religions. I
But I'll
don't.
pull her aside. No camera involved. It's just between her and I. So yeah, and I know you've done the same thing. If there's something you have to do to help somebody, you're not going to sit there and say, "Okay, guys, excuse me. Yeah, get my good side. Okay, let me go." Sorry.
Yeah, one of the people I tried to get was a trust lawyer,
Uh,
and his 13-year-old, she had twins. One
oh,
committed suicide. And I ended up
oh,
doing a reading, and I go a little white bear. He goes, it was a lamb, you know. And she was like, sometimes I'm in transition to when it's okay with them,
right,
as to like my friend Louisa, who's an excellent reader, um, and she predicted my son, and I live with her, and she's always very accurate, and she's in my books because we've
right.
been on this journey together. I talked to her. I felt a pull to it. She's in New Mexico now, and she's like, my brother just died,
Did
and
you
I
just
go,
hear that?
no, what? I heard a high
Drumming,
pitch. What?
drumming.
Well, they're talking to you.
I heard. I'm not native,
It's,
unless it's
it
a
is,
Viking
it
drum.
is,
But I heard drumming.
but there's you could
That's
have been made
funny.
up before, you know. But
Yeah.
that's their acknowledgement. That's their energy. I will hear gongs. I will hear whatever's going on.
Boom.
So I was asking Louise, I'm like, "Are you okay?" She goes, "I'm fine." And then she's like, "My brother died like a week ago,"
Right.
and I ended up pulling the energy from his connection with her
Right.
so they could separate. And that's what I've done on people that have, died.
That makes
Because,
sense because especially identical twins,
yeah,
because you got to figure my granddaughters, I have two identical twin granddaughters. They look exactly alike. I can't wait to hear all the stories they're going to tell me when they go to school and all the crap they pulled on their teachers. That's how identical they are. But it also fears me because they're identical and they just have this communication with each other.
right, right.
So could one live without the other? Would it cause a problem? So
Well,
yeah,
as you disconnect, as far as what's
yeah,
going on, there are some. There's people that there. I've had friends that have had the twin had died in the womb, but the spirit is still around,
yeah,
and so
yeah, that makes sense.
or they're guiding whatever is going on. I mean, we're going through this whole abortion rights thing that's happening as to when it's now
Right,
of live being compared to like a cell or whatever it is that's going on.
right,
You some step in immediately. When I was pregnant with my son, all my friends that are psychic, nobody felt him, you know,
right,
and I thought I was having a heartburn. And so when I went into it, it's like, oh, you're 4 months pregnant because I went to another nurse.
right,
My son was, and Louisa, that friend of mine, predicted them. My mom had just died. We were dealing with very little money, and I'm like, I'm
right.
not going to have. You're going to have a boy. No, I'm not. You know. And then I find out, Travis is like this old soul.
Yep.
My friends
Yep.
all ostracize me. My family all ostracize me. How dare I have another child?
You know what? He was meant to be for a
Oh, I
reason,
know.
and that's the way I look at it. It
Well,
really is.
yeah, and everybody else stopped talking to me.
Yep.
How dare I? It's like, well, what right do you have? You know, this
You
is
know, I've
journey.
I've learned stuff by restarting the podcast here with Marcy. It's just that I've learned that it's okay to be real. It's
Well, and I
okay
said it.
to have issues. It's okay to have problems. It's okay to admit, okay, I have this fear I'm trying to conquer and share it along with you guys. And this way, I want you guys out there that do listen to this, I want you to feel comfortable enough to come to us and say, I have this issue. I don't care if we're talking about Joe Schmo from Idaho and you guys have an issue. I want you to interrupt us.
That's
I
what we're here for.
want you to come and ask for help. You have two of us here. I'll do a lot of Claire work. She does a lot of healing work. She does a lot of tones. She does readings too. We both have our energies, but our energies will complement each other. And we're there to help you. And that's what this show is actually about. And it took me a while to realize this. I had to pretty much get out of my own way.
Well, and people, and I've said this before because I remember Susan saying, "Well, I want to get more people." I'm like,
Mm.
our stuff. It's hard for people to face their shadows.
Mm.
You know,
Explain that for a minute. I've had a lot of people, your explanation of shadow work. Explain that.
our shadow work is our our self doubt, our energies, our fears, our energies that are going on, and so we have a dark side. I've had to, like, a couple of years ago when I was going through all these people that were mean to me or manipulated me. I call it bringing out my bitch mode. You know, it's like, don't mess with me. I'm proud of that dark side.
Right.
It teaches people to respect me because no matter how much I was given to people, they were either manipulating, they were turning around because their cognitive dissonances didn't want to own up. It's pretty much owning up to everything. Your dark shadow side was your teeth. You know,
Yep.
it's facing up all those
And my
fears
control issue, which
and your
also has a
control.
lot to do with my teeth.
Right. Well, and that's again communication.
Yeah.
How did you expression? That's why I said
Yeah.
everything that has to do with all that stuff that goes on.
Yeah.
Um, so our shadow self is our fears, and what Bashar says, don't fight it, just acknowledge it, thank it. It'll still be there, but it won't be a resistance of energy. It'll be like, okay, it's here. I accept it. I love it. I thank it. And there's somebody's having an aha moment while I'm doing this. I can
Yeah,
feel
because
this.
you're sitting here, you're talking, and I don't know if anybody else is having an aha moment, but I'm sitting there and I'm saying, for the first time in a long time, when I tasted that cup of coffee after all the teeth were out and they started to heal this morning, my first sip of coffee was like, oh my God, this is good. Because you don't have that other taste that I had in my mouth from the
Right,
metal from way back in the day because traumatized. So because I was traumatized, I
right.
had the big fear of the dentist. So I faced the fear. I've done the shadow work. I've actually done the work to remove the ones that needed to come out. And I'm still going forward and having them all fixed because it's something that I want to do to get over the fear. I need the fear to be completely gone, which is my part of the shadow work. So, yeah, I've been working on it. But as I've been thinking about this, the realization, as I said, didn't hit until I started to get out of my own way and Marcy and I get back into the groove.
Well, yeah, and you got to remember your teeth, because that's one reason I didn't. It's like I could have gone to the dentist and I could have gotten fake teeth.
Right.
And they're like, oh, you have to have 6 months without teeth. I was like, no, I'm not going to do that. But your teeth are all connected to all the meridians in your body.
Mm.
And so if you look at whatever it is that you're not communicating or not expressing or not whatever it is going on, that's why I said when I had a TMJ, the
Yep.
temporal, whatever it is, and I worked on that. And so if we just acknowledge and release those energies,
Right.
then our body gets a chance. It's the resistance where it's like going like that.
Yeah.
No, I'm fine. Like that.
Think about it. That the metal that was in my mouth, that could have been blocking part of me.
Right.
And that's why it was very important to get rid of it, to go through it. And then I got one more that's got to be filled that has metal in it, and one root canal. And, pretty much I'm doing pretty good getting this stuff done. So
Right.
I've learned to not only conquer the fear, but get the metal out of my mouth. Because back then, I'm old. Yeah, I keep talking about my age because my birthday's this month. So I have to be
What were the Crohn's?
Oh, I've been a crone.
I
So
know.
yeah,
We're Crohn's and proud of it because we've gone through all that stuff, you know,
exactly.
and it's just a matter of getting over those humps. I mean, I had Travis at 40, you know, and part of me is like, oh, well, I'll be really, really old when I have him, but it turns out I'm youthful. It's a state of mind,
Right.
as far as what's going on. So whatever my visions of having him at 40, I had my daughter at 35, you
Yep.
know. None of my friends had kids. They were all my age, yet they were all condemning me, and then they all had their whatever's going on.
There's a reason for everything. And,
Oh yeah.
I've learned that there really is a reason for everything. And I'm going to state this again, guys, no matter what we're talking about, if you have a topic or an issue that you would like to discuss or a fear that you want us to help you get over, we would love to do it. That's the reason I think I've kind of gotten out of my own way to talk about some of the stuff that we have been through, not just the frequencies and the learning and the healing and the toning. It's also about who we are as people, because it doesn't matter how old you are, you still have fears. I'm going to be 59 and I'm just getting over my fear of the dentist. Better late than never. Okay? That's the
Well,
way I look at it.
Susan, I'm 63.
Yeah.
I don't feel
Oh,
it, huh?
oh, I didn't know that.
Well, nobody does, but it's a mindset. And also,
Exactly.
one of the things with doing the tones, it anti-ages us,
Right.
you know, as to our state of mind. As some people are 20 years old and they're old. Some people are like 80 years old and they're young. It,
Exactly.
it's all their state of mind that goes on. And once we acknowledge it, the senior citizen energy that goes on. I mean, I was lifting, moving, doing the home health. I mean, home health, you've got to shift, move, twist, all
Yeah.
that stuff that goes on. Um, but it's all state of mind.
Yeah, it really is. And it's just, I guess it's like, you always have to just learn that, what? It's okay to have fear. It's okay to say, I'm afraid. It's okay to say, especially to my man, you need to be in the room with me so I don't jump my butt up out of the chair. Okay. Because I've done that I don't know how many times, but I was there. He was there. My sister was there. My sister drove. She's very sweet. And literally between the three of us, it was good. And I actually got it done, which is good. But as far as kids, I don't care how old you are. If you are meant to have the children, the child, then the child is going to come around. It really is. So what else was I going to say? Oh, totally okay to have fear. It's natural and normal. Yes, it is. And guys, everybody has fears. It could be somebody could say, oh my God, fear of dentist, that's stupid. So what? I don't care. Like Marcy called herself a bitch. Let me give you the definition of that one. I'll let Marcy talk. The word, I'm going to say it, okay? So bleep it out if you don't want to hear it. The word bitch, I'm going to tell you what it means. Beautiful, intelligent, treacherous, charming, and honest. Take
One
it
of
as
the
a
reasons
compliment.
why I had to do that because
Yeah.
I had one sister that's a narcopath,
Yeah.
and I had another
That's a
sister that's a
combo.
sociopath,
That's two
and
combos.
then I had my father. And my mom was trying to placate my dad, and so I was the youngest, and it was almost like this amoeba that I had to be.
Right.
I sucked my thumb, I sucked my hair, you know, whatever it is was going on, and stayed back in the third grade because of all this. My sisters had to be center of attention,
Right.
and so it was almost reclaiming that somebody's having an aha moment. Um, it's almost reclaiming that power back to whatever it is that's going on. Don't cause any trouble. Don't say anything.
Oh, you can
Don't.
open it wider now.
Oh, good. See, your body's
Every
healing.
time.
And so as we're doing this, and so it was a matter of taking that energy back.
Yep.
And you walk in a room and you have a presence, and it's like kind of like people will sense it.
Yeah.
Don't mess with me, you
Now,
know.
isn't fear the same thing? When you have a fear and you conquer it, you're taking your energy back.
Right. And it goes back to love. Remember,
Yes.
the fear is our contraction, that lower energy I was showing you.
Right.
The love expands. And so
Exactly.
as
She's knocking her computer over on that one.
I know my hand went to the and what happens is a lot of people attack people because we're all animals and the
Right.
instincts of fight or flight. And it's almost like the people that I know that have been raped, they've been raped over and over again. And
Right.
it's almost like the hunter and the hunted. The hunter will find the weakest animal or that vibration or that energy that goes on.
Right.
It's an animal sensing type of stuff that was going on. It was funny when I did like this group thing over the weekend years ago. They had all these exercises, and one of the things that we had to do is we had to go up and give people labels because people label us, as far
Ah,
as or I, it was great. It had all kinds. That I worked through some stuff, and I'm like, I don't want labels. I don't want labels, and
yeah.
nobody gave me one. Because you had to go up and give like the sticker. Well, I'm giving this because of you have blue eyes and I don't like blue eyes. These, these people have these judgments, but if you put those energies out,
Right.
then our telepathy, our energies, our vibrations,
Exactly.
that will go out. And that's what I tell people: own an energy, own a presence, walk in a room, you know, and they won't know what to do with you, but that's okay because you're empowered.
Exactly. And I think when I started this journey, when I walked into the dentist, I said, look, I'm petrified of you guys. Don't take it personally. This is what happened to me when I was a kid. This is why I'm afraid. I freak out. I'm going to wear headphones. I'm probably going to close my eyes. And I'm a baby with needles. So if you can get me by that, we'll do good. I was very honest and straight up front. And I think that's when I finally
Well, that's
found
what you
the
confront.
right people to help me because I stepped forward with the fear and said, this is my fear. I need to get through it. This is what I have to do.
I had
Yeah.
one friend. Unfortunately, she screwed me over too. She was a therapist, and I met her on PPN, and I would send her things. I would send her money, and we had parallels on what was going on. And when I was going through failing through the school because I confronted the teacher, I
Right.
said, "If you fail me, I'm going to own it." But
Yeah.
if whatever's going on, they did fail me, but the lady had issues with me. But one of the things that she kept on saying is, "I don't have time for that." That was her motto. And if you look at it, it's like, I don't have time for it. If you look at your certain amount of energy, I know it's past 5 o'clock or 6 o'clock.
Yeah, it is. It's, well, 8 o'clock here. It's
I know.
8:03.
I was
But
looking
that's
at
okay. You can finish your thought.
so it's a matter of, unfortunately, I had to let her go. And she's a
Right.
therapist.
Right.
And when I was upset, and even though I sent her $300 for her water, I sent her all these other stuff that are going on. I was telling her it's like I was getting. She goes, you want when you want it, and I'm like, okay, I'm backing off. This friendship has now ended.
Yeah.
You're a therapist. I've helped you out, and that's what people will create their own realities. It has
Mm.
nothing to do with you. And
Yeah,
once it goes,
I do find that a lot of people will do that. You got to figure, especially in a building like this, there is over 300 and something people that live in this building.
right,
It's huge. So, yeah, there's going to be drama. I choose to stay out of the drama. Do you hear that? I choose.
right,
If I go outside to have a cigarette because I don't smoke in my house, I choose to wear headphones all the
right,
time. I don't talk to a lot of people. I don't associate. I have a very small group of people online, my man, my son, and my mother's best friend, who I call Auntie Vange. I still take her to all the things that she needs to go to because she's 90 something years old. So, and you know what? It's okay, guys, to have fears and the frequencies and stuff and the tones and finding out about this and finding out what one works for you is always the best bet. Do you have any last minute words before we tell everybody to please follow the
I
Rift Nation
got to get
Network?
one more
Like,
tone
subscribe,
because
follow.
that's one of the things I've done is tones in tarot, where I'll do readings and then I'll pick up somebody's block and I'll do a tone with it. I did that with Ruben, but I'm going to do one more because I think this surfaced some certain things people need to release.
Right.
More coulda, shoulda, woulda.
Okay. Let's see if I'll send with the little one.
All right, you ready? Oh,
I smiling.
that's what it's all about.
God, it feels so good to smile again.
It's coming alive. It's going from existing to living.
Yeah. Yep.
This is who I am. This is what I'm about. You don't like it, then see you later.
Yeah, and that's what I want you guys. I want you guys to free yourselves, literally. We all have quirks. We all have things that we all have things we don't like about ourselves. We all have fears. We all have this stuff. Just, you know what? Go with the flow and just be you. That's it. Just be
things
you.
will be aligned. Things will be more synchronized. Things will just click in.
I think I talked more than I thought I was going to be able to.
I knew you would.
I didn't think I was going to be able to, because in the beginning I'm like, oh,
you gotta remember,
I can feel it.
Okay, it's like, I love the hypnotist. The hypnotist says to get people to stop doing stuff, 90% is emotional, 10% is intellectual.
Mm.
And so you're passionate about this. You're getting to talk about it. It's
Yes.
in you. It's like, I'll go to the store for the candy bar, but I need the milk. So if you look at whatever your goal is, what is the
chocolate milk?
That too.
That solves the issue of the candy and the milk. You get both. Chocolate milk.
But
I prefer coffee.
Do stuff.
I made it through. I'm doing much better, guys. So this is good. And I will see you on.
It's got a buzz to it, Susan. It's got a zzz to it. It's coming alive.
Yeah, I'm getting there. I got all the metal out except for one more tooth that's getting done. And there'll be no more metal in my mouth, which is awesome. And don't forget, guys, to stay tuned to the Rift Nation Network every chance you get. Come along. We're always here. We're always stepping a line, dropping a line to someone that helps us out. Like I said, the Freetown Food Bank. Don't forget to check out the link at the beginning of the show. They are KMAD. Check them out on Facebook. Everything that you purchase there, the money goes towards the food bank in Freetown, which is an awesome situation. Plus, you get yarn for $1. I mean, come on. Can't pass that up. Hey, plus, they're really sweet there. They're very, very sweet. So, and I like that about them. So check that out. And, be good to each other. Literally, guys. Be awesome to each other. And face your fears. Huh?
With boundaries, because everybody says love everybody. I found out I've loved everybody, but people screw me over. So if you got boundaries along with being nice, it's much better.
Yeah, it is. It really is. I'm trying to find. There it is. Found it. I got to label these things correctly, because every time I go to put the exit, I have to look for purple, pink, green. All right. I should be able to see. I'm going to see you guys Tuesday. I'm going to do room readings. I'm getting through this. I'm going on a massive healing thing. I'll be checking out Marci's page over the weekend, listening to that while I clean. So I figured I'll clean my house and clean out my energy at the same time. So you should try it. Works great. My house gets cleaner and I'm organizing more.
Well, it's a state of mind.
Yeah. See, I don't mind. It works great for me.
Right. It's a state of mind.
All right, guys. Peace. Love ya. See ya. Doing better, guys. So are you.